GLAM, Los Angeles.
Hi, Kirby. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to Los Angeles. Can you scream again?
I'm not going to scream again because the moment is come and gone, but Mary knows that we're very excited that she's here.
Screaming internally always, but we've been wanting to have you on forever. We're obviously huge fans. I feel like when the Glams find out that you're on, they're going to just be screaming as well at home.
Really?
Yes.
That makes me so happy.
Like, you are just like everyone's favorite makeup artist. Like, I'm always like sending Kirby videos of you. I'm like, she is so beautiful. What the heck?
Worth every penny, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Just going to throw that out there.
Snap to that.
Put it out there. But do you remember when you first met Mary? Like, do you remember your Mary meeting?
We've been in the industry for so long. I feel like I can't even remember, but like you have just been an icon in the industry for so long. I can't remember the first time.
I remember the first time.
Thank you, guys. I remember the first time too.
Do you?
Was it at Sephora?
It was at an Ulta.
Oh, it was at Ulta. I remember the day though. I was with Khloe Kardashian and Jen.
It was for that brand that they
I think it was the Kardashian Beauty or
hair,
Kardashian Beauty.
Kardashian hair or something.
Yeah.
But it was with Khloe.
And they had like hairsprays and tools, I remember.
Yes.
Oh my God, what year was that?
Oh God.
2015. I think it was 10 years ago because I have it in my phone. I have a picture of me, Mary, and Jen Atkin. And I was so nervous to approach them that I called Jen Mary. And I said, "Are you Mary?" And she goes, "No, I'm Jen. Mary's over here." I go, "No, I know you're Jen." And you both were so lovely to me. And then we got a picture together.
Oh my God. That was so like, I feel like that was that pre-Instagram?
No, Instagram existed.
It did?
I definitely posted about it. I was so psyched to have met you and Jen.
Oh, okay.
But different from the Instagram we know today.
It was just different because I feel like pre-Instagram, nobody knew what anybody looked like, really. Yeah. You know, I remember like looking at Vogue or something and I'd like, if Pat McGrath did an article, her photo was this big and it was always this one photo of her, but that was really how we only knew what people looked like sometimes back then.
But I think that you had been on the Kardashians, which I was like,
maybe like walking around in the back
religiously. And I'm pinpointing Glam, like, okay, there's Mario, there's Mary, there's Jen. Like I knew like Joyce.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, who else? There's like so
back in the day, like Clyde.
Yes.
Clyde Haygood. Yeah, was somebody. Frankie Payne was like another hair guy that was around then. But yeah, me and Mario have both been there since season 1. So
that is so crazy.
We're the OGs, I guess.
100%.
Oh my gosh. And look at you now.
I know.
And you have
crazy.
your own brand.
Oh my gosh.
I do. You guys, this has been such a dream come true. There was like a long time where it was like, this isn't going to happen for me. It's not going to happen. But it was the right time, hopefully. And yeah.
You're like, we'll see. No, just
we'll see. Yeah.
Honestly, it just makes so much sense because literally anything you post, people buy immediately. And it just makes sense that you want to make your own products, you know, that the way that you do your makeup. And Kirby and I have been testing it and we love it. And I know that the Glams are going to love it too. But congratulations. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really like just recently is it all kind of like, oh my God, this is real. Like this is happening. Like we've been working on it it's been about almost 3 years from like concept to, you know, now. And it's like, oh my God. Yeah, like sitting here with you guys, this is crazy.
Do you remember the first product or the first idea you had about the brand and wanting to bring it to fruition?
It was funny because I wanted it to be underpainting, but I didn't know if it was going to be too complicated for people or too, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know if they would get it. And then so it was really crazy when the underpainting video went viral. It wasn't even my video. It was Tara Sagari did the first video that I saw. And I remember it was like New Year's morning. I was in Seattle actually at Jen Atkin's house, like in like a bunk bedroom, like the kids' room or something, sleeping. And my other friend that was at the house, my friend Nicole, texted me a TikTok video of Tara's video. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Because I didn't even have TikTok then. So she couldn't like send it to me on TikTok. And I was like, this is crazy. And it was so cool because she did half of her face. She's like, I've been, you know, watching Mary's old videos and classes. And, you know, she does this technique called underpainting. And I thought it was so cool because I hadn't heard that term even in a long time. It's such an old school technique, but she was like, this is the way she does it. She applies the contour and the highlight underneath the foundation. And she's like, so let's try it out. She's like, I'm going to do half of my face like this and the other half, you know, the normal way I do it. And she was like, okay, it looks so much more natural. And it was so cool to see because it does look so much more natural. You require less foundation, you require less concealer, you require so much less product. If you like color correct, highlight, contour under the foundation, it's fast. I think people don't realize that because they see like this graph on the face kind of, and it seems complicated, but it's actually, the outcome is so much better and it's faster and easier, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about underpainting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's important because I know that with some people, they're so used to, maybe they are underpainting in a way, but then they're going on and applying foundation like pretty heavily on top. And they're like, well, it's not shining through.
Yeah.
But that's not true underpainting, right?
Well, you don't really want to use, you want to use like a sheer to medium coverage foundation. Because if you're using more of a full coverage, it's just going to kind of disappear.
Right.
So yes, if you want a full coverage foundation, you probably should, or like a heavier full coverage, then you probably should just contour on top. But if you want more of a sheer, it's like creating the bones and the structure of the face. That's how I think of it. It's like the bones under the skin. Like, so it looks more natural than when you can actually see the contour.
Right.
And I still will do like light layers on top of the foundation, like until I get the achieved look I want. I won't just do like one coat under and then foundation. I mean, I will if I'm in a hurry or if it's a really natural glam, but I will definitely go in like 3 or 4 times with like a light coat of underpainting, light coat of foundation, light coat of underpainting, light coat of foundation. Like maybe not everywhere, but if I need like a little extra on the nose of a client or the forehead or cheeks or, depending on what the look is, if we're going for a super strong cheek or we want that like lift. It just depends. But yeah, it's such a fun way of doing it because it's very forgiving and very natural.
I like that you can customize it too.
Mhm.
Like I will do a straight foundation on my forehead because I have melasma. So I really like to cover that up first.
Okay.
And then I will go in with your palette to do my contouring. But then the rest of my face, I leave bare. And I do the underpainting technique. And then I'll take a beauty blender with like a tiny bit of foundation to kind
And
of
go over it?
to
Oh,
blend
that's
it
interesting. So
together.
you go over with a sponge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like move it at all?
No.
Amazing.
I feel like because I'm not putting too much product.
Yeah, you're just kind of like lightly tapping it.
I'm just kind of blending it so it's not. Also, we have a million questions. Like
I know. Like
there's so many, but one video that sticks out in my mind is when you tell Jen Atkin,
oh, it
your
was so
contour
low.
is so low. Like
People were like, they're like, you're yelling at her. I was like,
you go.
It was
First
of all, you guys are best friends.
No, Jen.
those
Yeah.
are my favorite videos.
No, me too.
Yeah.
I'm always like, yes, tell her.
Yeah.
But it was so informative because I realized I was doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So many people put contour on the hollow.
yeah, on the hollow. And that's okay if you have like a really round face or something and you want to like create like a really strong cheek. But for Jen, that's like, she doesn't need it. She has great bones. You more kind of want to like give it a little lift.
So it needs
But
to
she
be
was doing
higher.
it so low. It was like so low,
Dragging
dragging
her
her face
face.
down. Sound like I said solo. But she was doing it like down here. And I feel like that's one thing that has definitely changed is like placement. I feel like, which is so cool. And I've almost learned like on TikTok is like these younger generations are like lifting it up and like moving the blush up. And I was like, that's genius. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
and to make it higher, and it really does like lift everything. Like, so it's like, it's not so much the techniques have changed, but where the placement is.
Yeah. Totally.
And I didn't think that, I feel like there's so much education out there, especially like after Instagram. But then when YouTube and TikTok came, everybody's like a professional. It's like you're driving around and seeing everybody with like contour and highlight. So I was shocked kind of at how much nobody had really seen it done underneath the makeup before. Because it is such an old school way of doing things, but it was really cool to see.
Do you usually underpaint on your clients?
Oh, every makeup
client.
I've ever done
Yes.
is
Okay.
even if it's like the lightest of, like the no makeup looks, that's really what's going on is more like underpainting or the structure of the face. Because if the structure of the face is right and the skin looks good, you almost don't need much else. Like you can throw on a little mascara, a little lip and like tap a little blush and you're good.
How did you learn underpainting? Obviously, it's an older
Yeah.
or a long used technique.
Yes.
So when did you start implementing it and who did you learn it from?
I mean, it's been around forever. I mean, in all the old I worked with this makeup artist. She's like a multi-Academy Award-winning makeup artist. When I did a movie with Jennifer Lopez, it was called The Boy Next Door, the movie we were working on. But her name's Christina Smith. And she used to do like Liza Minnelli. Like she did like Cabaret. And she used to tell me like, she's like, oh yeah, I used to like paint my clients' jaw lines under here like black, you know, and just so when they're singing and stuff, like you never have like a double chin and it's been, you know, since movies came out, since like silent movies, like it's been around forever.
Yeah, it's an optical illusion.
Exactly, it is. Like I always say that. I'm like, makeup is an illusion, and it's just, but nowadays we can't do that with all this high def. We can see all everybody's pores, you know, in our iPhone cameras and all the digital stuff we have going on. Then even film was so much more forgiving. Like when you'd go to see a movie and people's faces are, this is like when I was going to makeup school and it was still film and it was so forgiving and you could still do so much more that you can't see because it was, you know, two-dimensional.
I miss film.
I do too. It was so soft and beautiful. Like everything was like so romantic looking. Now it's like, I feel like
it's too close.
I feel like high def should only be for like when guys want to watch sports and see like the blades of grass like flickering
National
on the
Geographic
field
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, give us the filters, give us the soft
I
filters.
think film's coming back though. Like all these like younger girls I work with, like they all have like their little film cameras and like even like the disposables like they are carrying and like even like the earlier like digital cameras like I see them using that weren't so
harsh.
You know,
Totally. Before we jump into more, we need to talk about the beauty products that you swear by.
Okay.
Aside from m.ph, which obviously is a big part of your makeup bag, I'm sure.
Yes.
But are there like 5 beauty products that either you're wearing right now or that you're like always in your kit that you're obsessed with?
Yes. I'm obsessed with Armani mascara. I have to have an eyelash curler. I love Tweezerman. Tweezers, everything have always been like my go-to. But Armani Eyes to Kill specifically is like one of my favorite mascaras. I'm a huge skincare freak, so I am obsessed with Augustinus Bader, the Rich Cream. That's something that I always have. I always have it too, like in my kit if like my makeup starts to get a little heavy anywhere during the day. I just kind of like will tap a little bit on like even a damp beauty blender or like a brush and it'll just kind of refresh it all.
Oh,
such a good trick. So a good moisturizer is very key. I love like an Anastasia brow pencil. The skinny roll-up one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love like a Laneige. I'm constantly like applying it.
Like a moisturizer?
Yeah, the like slip mask, the sleeping mask.
Oh, okay.
But I just wear it all day. Like I just, you know, it's something I like always have in my pocket. Not in my pocket, but in my bag. Another one, I love like a Chanel Vita Lumiere foundation. It's discontinued. So sad. Like there's the water one, the aqua one.
Yeah.
Which is good, but I still have a bunch of the other one. The aqua one's great though. Or the Le Beige, what's the one with the little pearls in it?
Yeah, the Le Beiges are Le Beige.
Yeah. I love that. Like when I don't have like a lot of makeup on. I love sunscreen, LTMD. The tinted is I put it every day on under my makeup.
Oh, okay, amazing. Do you put sunscreen on your clients?
Yes. If we're doing a shoot outside, if it's for a red carpet that's not during the day, no.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
But yes, if we're doing anything during the day, also give them the choice. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't want it.
Yeah.
But I'm always like trying to encourage it. But yes, if we're doing a shoot outside then I like try to load them up on sunscreen.
Okay, your hair is so pretty.
I was going to say.
Thank you.
Your hair's
I know
gorgeous.
Jen Atkin has taught you a few things, but what are you using at home?
Oh my gosh. I actually don't use a lot of hair product. I use her main brush, the round hot brush.
The hot brush, yep.
Yeah. But no, like Priscilla Vallis does my extensions. It's all credit to like Priscilla, Matt Rez, and Servando, who cuts my hair. Like he's like a genius.
You see all the right people.
Yeah.
I do. Servando was somebody when I was younger and I worked at this salon in Beverly Hills called Senna Cosmetics doing eyebrows and
Senna?
makeup.
You worked there? Oh,
I
no
worked there. I
way.
assisted Eugenia Weston for years. She's like, we'll get into that. Like I know that was probably another, but anyway, she was part of my journey was working there and doing brows. But yeah, I remember he was doing like the cover of any magazine that I saw. I was like, I'm gonna get my haircut by Servando one day. Like,
I know we have to have him on.
I tell him that like every time I see him. I was like, I can't believe you're cutting my hair.
Has Matt given you any recs in terms of keeping your hair color looking good?
He's always like, like condition it. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's given me like any tips. Like
you just see them frequently enough where
I see Matt every 2 weeks. Cover my grays.
You're kidding.
2 weeks.
Like I get like this patch like right here. Like I would probably have a full like silver stripe just right here.
Okay, well, you can't tell. So
that's good.
way to go, Matt Rez.
He also lives like, or his new place is like right across like La Cienega from me. So it's easy. I just like can walk over and pop up.
I love that.
Yeah. Servando too. His salon is right around the corner from mine, but
amazing.
Yeah.
What's a beauty mistake you've made that ultimately changed the course of your career for the better?
Or maybe it's something that like you didn't want to happen and it was a blessing in disguise.
I don't know. I can't think of anything that well, it's funny. My kit was stolen off an airline. Like I was flying from Jacksonville, Florida back to LA, and it was actually the first night. It was the night before I was doing the first live American Idol show with Jennifer Lopez. The first one, like it was the first season she was doing, and my kit didn't show up and like it was gone. It was like before like air tags and stuff, and I didn't have any brushes. I didn't have any makeup. I sent my assistant, I was like, okay, you're gonna go to Friends and like I'm gonna go to Nigel's and we're gonna like figure this out. But there was some products that were discontinued that I had been using for a really long time that I was like, what am I gonna do without these? They don't exist. And I was like, oh my God, I don't think those products were helping me. Like, because now that they're gone, I've noticed my makeup was better. I can't remember specifically what it was and I don't know. But I almost didn't go do my biggest job, like my first big job, because I think I was just so scared. My first big job was I went and did Jessica Simpson for Dukes of Hazzard. I had never done her makeup before. I was her makeup artist assistant, and she like had heard on set that we were like the same age and was kind of like, would you come with me to do this movie? Or first it was tour. I didn't end up going on tour with her, and then I got a call from her people and they were like, well, she wants to take you to go do Dukes of Hazzard. And I was like, what? Like I'd never done her makeup before until we got there. But I had gotten a job doing this MTV show called like, Are You Hot or Not? Do you remember that show?
This is amazing.
And I was like doing the people, like the judges.
Yeah.
Or something. And I was so scared. I remember arguing with my dad about it. I was like, I can't go because I've already committed to this other job. And he's like, fuck this other job. Like, you got to go. Like, you got to go do this. And I was so horrified that I almost talked myself out of doing it. And I remember I went to this makeup school called Mud. And I remember one of my teachers, his name was Miles, and him saying that happened to him. He was like, the biggest mistake I ever made. I got this movie and I completely froze and like chickened out and talked myself out of it, and I didn't go. He's like, and now I'm teaching makeup.
You're like,
she was a great teacher, but like I think
my life
he
could have
missed.
changed.
Yeah, I think there is a moment, and like fear is real, and like when you feel that like I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna be horrible, they're gonna send me home. And I remember my dad being like, what's the worst that can happen? And I said those things. I was like, I'm gonna be awful, they're gonna send me home. He's like, then you come home.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess you're right.
Was the fear that you're going to be letting somebody down because you had already committed, or was it also kind of an excuse?
Oh, no, I think it was a full-on excuse.
Okay.
I think it was just a full-on excuse. Also, like a guy I had a big crush on at the moment helped me get that job, or like his friend gave me that job, but who cares? Like,
literally
never saw him again.
And then you went and did Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
With Jessica Simpson?
Yeah, and we were like, I think I was 24 years old.
Wow.
I didn't know. I had assisted on like music videos and commercials and red carpets and, everything else, but never a movie. And everybody was so nice to us on set, especially me, because I really didn't know what I was doing. Like the director of photography was so nice and like taught me so much about lighting. The key makeup artist, taught me about like continuity, because I had no idea that like, oh, we have to do the same makeup for this day, like when we're filming this day. Like there was nobody to teach you about those things really, unless you had learned, and they were so kind to teach me, and like the time card was like very complicated and all that stuff, but they were great. It was such an amazing experience.
Wow.
This just warmed my heart.
Really? Did you love that movie?
She's a
love
big
her.
Jessica Simpson fan.
Really?
I love her. So that was your first big.
That was my first big job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and then it only went up from there.
Totally.
So
It was
way to go.
and that was my goal, was to be somebody's personal makeup artist on movies. Like not to do everybody, just like, to be so cool that like one person just wants you to do them.
So did you continue working with Jessica?
Yeah, I worked with her for so long. I worked with Ashley as well for so long. like when Jessica was doing Newlyweds and stuff. Like, I mean, they were filming while we were doing that show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know this about you.
A friend of mine sent me a screenshot the other day, or like one of the clips from like, we were at like a restaurant in Miami. She's like, oh my God, that's you. I was like, yeah.
Oh my God. We have to rewind. Oh my God, I just dated myself. But we have to look back at those. I want to see.
I still have my Newlyweds DVDs.
Oh my
You do?
God. No, I got to find a DVD
so
player.
grainy now. It's so crazy when you try to
Wow.
rewatch
I
them.
know, you're like, when's this from? Like 1975?
I know. It was like early 2000s. Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously have a signature look. I think, that's so many influencers and beauty creators, always reference it. But when did you realize that you had this like signature sculpted look, or like this is like the Mary Phillips look?
I think I learned it as I was like working with people. I was always like very, like if they wanted like glitter or, like anything too overly colorful. I mean, I love color, like when it's right, or like little pops of it, or especially if it's like a deep eggplant eyeshadow or something that's like very complementary to like the eye color and is gonna make the eyes pop. And I love a good red lip. But I was never wanted to do like blue eyeshadow unless it was like a cool like 60s like reference or something like that, or like a soft wash of like a light blue or something like that I loved. But I really was like, I just love doing like pretty makeup. I love when you see somebody on a red carpet and it's never like the makeup or the hair. I like it when everything is just, whoa, she looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh my God, that glitter. I think there is a time and place for glitter. And I love glitter. It's not that I don't. But I don't know. I just love when people look like the best versions of themselves. Like they're wearing makeup, but it's not like wearing them, I guess is the best way to, like, it's just the best version of themselves. Yeah. Like sculpted, lifted, a pretty eye, but nothing that's too much.
So how did that inform when you created m.ph?
I think what I've learned, as doing what I do, people were like, my clients were like, I can't have you come on this trip with me, or there's no, whatever, for whatever reason, or if they're just like living life and have to go to a dinner and need to be able to get ready. So I started making them like makeup kits, and I started like, the way I had like an underpainting palette, all the products I used, depotted into, a container, like something that made it easy to just flip it open, have all the things there. So I started making them these kits to travel with and giving them the tools, the brushes and everything, and I'd give them lessons. And they'd pick it up so fast. And they're like, I can never do what you do. And I'm like, yes, you can. It's really not that hard. And they were doing it. And I'd see them like in a Pat photo or like on Daily Mail. I'm like, who did your glam? Like, you look so good. They're like, me. I was like, okay. So, and then this was before, and then the underpainting video went viral. And then I don't even know if I'm answering. I think I like went on a tangent. Am I answering what you want?
No, this is great.
We're like locked in.
Okay. So I started making people these palettes, and a lot of the lip colors I've like made them as like a little bit of this one and a little bit of that one, and like mix it together. And so it was really amazing to get to create this brand that is these products that I have used, these things that I've like been mixing together to make like my own color for so long, and products that I know work. I've tested them so much. On the red carpets, on videos, on commercials, on photo shoots. Like, this is what works, and this is what has worked for me throughout my career. So I wanted to give that to people because I saw like my clients recreating it and doing such a good job that I was like, everybody can do this. And after the underpainting video went viral, and so my friend sent me that on New Year's Day. Over that next month, I remember people started just texting me these TikTok videos, and So I went on TikTok, made my own, which was so cool and really fun. And then I just started getting thousands, like in my Instagram, in my TikTok. It was in every language. And I just saw it, and I would like be at a party, and like a girl would be like, I underpainted tonight. Or I remember I was like at Alfred Coffee on Melrose Place, and like a girl was like, I did your technique. How does it look? And and they weren't wearing a ton of makeup. It was like very natural. And I was like, this is so cool that people wanted it, and they wanted the tools. Everybody's like, what brush do you use, or what, so to get to make these tools and custom make them, I could never find the brush that was like exactly the right width or exactly the right firmness of the bristles. So it was really fun to get to, make these products that go together, and it's what I do.
So I love that you made the kits.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cute that now you went from kit to like, okay, you can go buy my product. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, now, I mean, not everyone has access to you like that, but now we can.
Well, not
Yeah.
even the people that do. She says,
Yeah.
buy my palette. But underpainting is everywhere. Like you said, like the viral video, people recreating it, coming up to you. What do you think the person gets wrong, though, about underpainting?
I think it would maybe just be placement. Also, I saw a lot of people applying the blush under the foundation, which I had never done before, but I thought it looked really good. I was actually kind of like, oh, okay, if you want like a very subtle, it definitely did look like shine through if you're using a sheer foundation. I apply it on top. I think other people also, like when you're highlighting and contouring, like yes, these will kind of work like concealers. There's a color corrector, 2 highlight colors and 2 contour colors. And I think when some people think highlight, they think of like a shimmery highlight, but this is different. This is, highlighter is accentuating your features and contour is taking away. So it's not like, yes, shimmery highlight is also called highlighter, but that's something I use at the very end of a makeup to kind of make the skin look like skin again, give it that glow. So this is more of like a lighter base or a concealer type product underneath. But I will also still apply like a more full coverage concealer on top. So separate from this, like this is, you're doing your color correcting, you're creating like the bones of the face, and you're doing the contouring and then applying the sheer foundation. And then I will go in and add a little bit of concealer. So sometimes I think people think that, because then I like to use a sheer to medium coverage foundation because then I want to apply with my concealer like what isn't covered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Rather than covering everything up. That's how you get like that really sheer, beautiful skin where you can still see it. Is to just go back in with a little bit of concealer.
So I don't know if this is your experience, but using the palette, I was honestly using it as concealer.
You can. I mean, but if you do need a little bit extra, like you can always go in after.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like a must, but if you do need it or have like extra dark, like I have like a real dark circle under this eye. So sometimes like I have to go back in.
I'm curious, what foundation do you like to use when you're underpainting? I'm sure it differs, from client to client, but on yourself.
On myself, I've been a big like Chanel Vita Lumiere person. Actually, the French formulation, not the American. The French formula was a lot more golden and like had a lot more yellow in it. I'm very pink, so I don't want to be pink. So the French formulas they're really beautiful colors and very golden, but they're gone now. I've been a big like Armani Silk Luminous fan forever. I love House Labs foundation.
House Labs,
we love it.
That foundation's great.
Yeah. It's definitely when I want something that's like a little bit more full coverage for me. Armani Silk Luminous has always been a good one. Ilia's, like the drop one is nice. Armani used to have one called Maestro too. I don't know if that's still around. It was kind of more of a, do you remember that?
Yeah, I think they discontinued
I
it.
think they did too.
Anymore.
But Kosas, I love a light one. Yeah, the Kosas Ilia.
Okay, so m.ph has 5 different products?
5 different products, well, incling the brushes. So there's 4
we
technically.
have to shout out the brushes. The brushes are so good.
The brushes are, I think, going to be like a whole separate, like runaway hit.
It's like easy to hold. I love the size of it. It's just chef's kiss.
I love that you guys love them. So the handles are a little extra long just because a lot of the brushes I use are actually painting brushes or artist brushes. So a lot of them have this like really long wooden handle, which I find really nice, like when I'm holding it and working. So I really wanted them to have like kind of like little bits of things that I use that I've always used in my kit. But yeah, so the underpainting palette is our first like hero product, and it's so nice. Like the formula is so blendable, so creamy. I got to take these, products that I've been working with my entire career and change them the way I wanted to make them. And it's also very user-friendly. Everything's very sheer and buildable, and it like melts into your skin. It's like a second skin effect. So the underpainting has 1 color corrector, 2 highlights, and 2 contours. And in the light palette, the last shade is kind of like a bronzer.
I was gonna say the light palette I was using like as a bronzer, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, you can use like, so there's a cooler brown in it.
Right.
There's in each palette, there's gonna be a cooler contour and a warmer one, depending on your skin shade. But for the light palette, you can use the last shade as a bronzer. And we are also coming out with 3 more palettes.
Ooh.
So this is the first drop, and sometime like early next year, we'll have 3 more. We've been working with Black Beauty roster on the shades to make sure that they work on like a wide range of skin tones. But so there's going to be a fair palette. So there'll be like one at the beginning before light.
Okay.
And then there'll be a medium tan, which will be between medium and deep.
Okay.
And then there'll be deep rich
at
the end.
Oh,
so there'll be
like
3
that.
more coming.
I really have to say, like, I am not, like, Kirby's so good at her makeup. I am like, I feel like I'm still learning every day. And when I used your palette, I felt like I knew what I was doing. Like,
That's
it
so
really
cool.
made me feel like, oh, I could do this, which I'm sure is your intention.
It is. And I really just want people to know that, like, you know, when we were doing press last week with like a bunch of the beauty editors and like just showing them just like right here and like the forehead, that like lift it creates, it takes like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
If that's all you're going to do. And just a little bit on the cheekbone. And if you don't have to do the whole face, or you don't, when I know people see it, it's like, whoa, that's so overwhelming. Just start with one feature. Like start with a lift on the eye and the cheekbone. And it changes how you look. It's really crazy.
I think that the brush meant to use with the palette, though, is also so intuitive because you have the smaller side for if you want to carve out your nose, or I use it like on my eyes as well.
I put it across my lids too, always like the taupier color. It just like gives a good base too.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then the other side, like you can really go, like my 5 head, I can go in there and like really get like the contour
The
going.
fatter side?
Yes,
Yeah.
the fatter side. One of the reasons why I really like the palette is for the light palette, that cooler tone contour, I always compare it to Kim's eyes when she's not wearing makeup because Kim Kardashian has this, like she has like a naturally dark lid.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she like probably tries to conceal that at all costs. But like, I think it's so hot. I'm like, that is so sexy.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I used to do like a look back in the early 2000s and we used to call it the John Mayer lid.
John?
Well, wait,
time for a makeup tutorial with Mary.
No, it's just like I remember he had like these dark lids. He was dating like Jessica at the time, like, and he always had like these like kind of dark eyelid color.
No, but I think that's hot because like,
it was very like flattering. Like, and so Jessica and I used to do this look, and I would take this. I remember it was a brown Armani pencil in number 12, and it's not black and it's not brown. This is actually one of the reasons why the makeup is this color. The palettes are this color
because of this shade.
Because of this one eyeliner shade, and I don't use a ton of black. If I need like a liquid line or like I love a black mascara, but I will use a lot of time, especially like with a pencil or like a shadow and like to do a smoky look, like a dark brown. But this pencil, we used to like, and this is how my mom used to actually do her makeup. She would put like little tiny dashes across the water, like not the waterline, the lash line, and then she'd go up into the crease, and then she would like take a brush and just kind of like blend it out. And that was her shadow and everything. It was just like a pencil.
It gives a sleepy look.
But it also gives it that look that it's like
smoky,
skin.
Yes.
Like, because it's a pencil, so it's not shadow.
Yes.
And it just looks like skin. And when we would do this look, we'd call it the John Mayer eyelid.
Okay, and by the way, John Mayer, call me. Think you're hot? Still gonna stay. Okay. Mary's like, here we go. Kirby's shouting out John Mayer. We lost the plot.
We need to talk about the lips.
I haven't thought about that in so long. It's so funny. Like,
No,
you say that,
I'm
I'm like, oh God, here we go.
It's true because Kim is obviously
But
a
yes,
stunningly
Kim
beautiful
has
woman.
that beautiful lid color too, to her natural eyelids. It's like a really pretty, like cool toned, like taupey brown.
Yep.
And it's stunning.
And it's hard to replicate.
No, she walks in the room, like every time I've done her makeup, like over the years, and I'm just like, God, you're so pretty.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, she doesn't even need it. But that shade, that color is so hard to replicate through makeup. And I was so elated when this one looked normal, like an actual
So the
skin
contour
tone.
shade is giving the look.
Yes.
The Kim Kardashian eyelid, Kim Kardashian, John Mayer eyelid look.
We've rebranded it to the Kim Kardashian look.
This is modernize it a bit.
Okay, let's talk about the lip.
Okay.
Specifically, what are you wearing right now? Your lips look
I am
amazing.
wearing Sizzle overliner lip pencil and the lip siggy in Love Bites. That is my favorite combo. Lip siggy.
Hold it.
I am so excited about this lip siggy. Here we go.
We have to show you guys our campaign too. It's so cute. The girl's like lighting it with like a lighter. She's like,
so
like holding it in her
cute.
mouth. Like, but yeah, so the lip siggy, like if I'm giving clients a lip, these purses have gotten smaller and smaller.
Like,
so especially like to a red carpet event, it's like this little tiny bag that the phones don't even fit in anymore. And so I wanted it to be like really slim, and we were designing this product. I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. It looks like a cigarette. And I haven't smoked in years, but I used to love to smoke cigarettes. And I like see it coming back everywhere now. So I'm like, oh my God, let's call it a lip siggy.
Everybody is smoking, by the way. We don't condone it.
No, we do not.
We see it happening.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think that we want the smaller applicator.
You can get you can get into the little, you can use it as as a liner.
It's dainty.
And
It's so
dainty.
cute.
It fits in your pocket.
I have one of these in my pocket at all times just because I don't know. I don't love carrying a purse if I don't have to. So I literally will just put this and like my key, a credit card in my pocket, and I'm out the door. But I love this product so much. It's like super hydrating. Yeah. It has really good color in it, lots of pigment.
The shades are gorgeous.
I think it has great pigment, but I also love that it's not like a very full coverage lipstick.
Yeah, it's nice and sheer. I love being comfortable. Yeah. Like I really love like just when, I love a good glossy lip, but like I remember, when the only glosses, it was like MAC lip gloss and those things, and they looked so good and I would wear them every day. But then after that trend kind of went away for a while, I was like, oh my God, I really love like a hydrating lipstick that has good color. I have no color in my lips. So this is why like I really wanted something that's comfortable, hydrating, gives you enough color that you can, go about your day and be comfortable at the same time. Yeah. That was really important to me.
So talk to me about this shade. This is Love Bites.
That's Love Bites.
Okay. So upon first glance, it's dark.
It's very
like
dark.
A plum shade. Is that what you would call it?
It is like a plum. It's like plummy, reddish brown sheer.
So then when you put it on,
which is super complimenting to like almost every skin tone because it has all of those different tones in it.
Agreed. It's such a pretty, beautiful shade. I mean, I just put this.
It gives you like the look. I love that shade, and I've like, mixed shades together to kind of get this look. But once you like kind of blend it in, or I like put it on, tap it in my lips, and it like gives you that like look like your lips are like almost like a little like bruised, like making out.
I was just gonna say it's like post
make out mouth.
Yeah,
it's so pretty. I mean, Sarah and I are obsessed. The lip Siggy, just the name alone.
Yeah,
really, you did your big one with that. That's a really good name. Yes. Love the liners though.
Overliner, is that what it's called?
The overliner lip pencil. Okay. Yeah.
And what makes this different from other lip liners, or what did you want to create when you were creating this?
So I'm a big overliner of the lips. All my clients, I feel like I get so much, people love in my comments being like, stop overlining the lips. I can see the line, and I'm like,
you're like, never.
I know, never. I'm never going to stop. So a lot of lip liners I was noticing, like once you would put something hydrating over it, as soon as the client like goes to rub their lips like that, the pencil's outside the lines. So I really I also love to get the pencil super sharp. So I was like, I know it has to be a wooden pencil. And it has to have like a really good pigment load so that you are like creating an illusion with this lip pencil. So it has to stay. It has to have good color. But yeah, I was finding it hard to find lip pencils that would last throughout the day, that once I did overline, it wasn't like vanishing so that all that's left is the liner. I also do so much like filling in with the lip pencil. Like it's kind of more, the way I do lips. Like I'll overline and then I'll, fill in the corners. I'll leave the center clean. And I think that's also why the lip Siggy was just natural to happen, because then I just apply like something hydrating in the center that has a little bit of color.
Yeah.
Okay. What product do you think is going to be slept on that you hope people do discover?
I don't know. I hope it is like the overliner or the lip Siggy. I think the underpainting is what everybody is kind of gonna want and love. I don't know. I can't live without like a lip Siggy. So
is there a shade of lip Siggy?
Love Bites is my favorite.
Okay.
It's like my everyday go-to, but I love them because I wear them all. Like I'm never a red lip person, but Cherry Pie is like the red. It's like a sheer bright red. I will wear that. So they're all just very wearable. Every single color is very sheer. I mean, it has a good pigment load, but it's also very sheer. So
what was the hardest to create or like to formulate for you, which took the longest?
It was the underpainting palette for sure. The underpainting palette or the lip pencils, actually. Just finding that creamy formula, but that stays when you do go to lay the foundation over the top. So that was hard. And then also like we'd find, different labs that would have two great products. So it was picking between the two. So we did find a lot of really nice, like brand new formulations, like really cool innovation. So sometimes it was hard to pick between them, but we did. And I'm really happy with what we got.
Okay. Before we let you go, we have to ask this question. So you recently did Hailey Steinfeld's makeup for her wedding, and she looked absolutely phenomenal. Like when I saw her, I was like, oh, of course Mary did her makeup. I mean, she's a beautiful person, but again, your makeup's incredible.
Thank you. She really looked beautiful. She looked stunning.
Like classic.
Mm-hmm.
What's different about doing wedding makeup versus doing somebody for a red carpet or a photo shoot? And how would you share with our listeners, like, to really focus your makeup on your wedding day?
I think the biggest thing to do for your wedding day is to never do anything too trendy. You really want to stay timeless. Like you want to look at the pictures 10 years from the wedding day and be like, I looked great. Like I feel like the same was like with the dress too, like doing anything too trendy. Like when you look at like old 80s wedding pictures and like the puffy sleeves and like the big, like Princess Diana, like it was a moment. But I just think you want to stay very classic and timeless and remember that like, you want to look back on these photos and just remember how beautiful you looked and not be like, oh, why did I do that? Like, glittery lip gloss or something. Like just keep it very chic, very timeless. I think you can't go wrong.
Is there any makeup application advice you would share?
I rarely will use like setting sprays or anything, but on like days like that, I will do like a light mist of a little bit of a setting spray. But no, I think honestly less is more.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes people want to wear more makeup on their wedding day, but I think honestly, like when you're wearing white, like something kind of magical happens and it like almost is like a bounce board and like reflects light on you. So I feel like you can almost go just like a little bit lighter, a little more fresh.
I feel like people tend to want to look like someone they don't usually look like on their
agree.
wedding day. And I feel like it's really important to look like yourself.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you look back on these photos,
Yeah.
you want to feel like that's you and not someone else.
Yeah. You just want to, it's like looking like the best version of yourself. But
Totally.
I love when a bride looks like very like fresh and clean and I don't know, almost like, like a little bared down, like with everything.
But I feel like that's just like in general for all of your clients. Like they really do just look like the best version of themselves. Obviously, they're all so beautiful, but
it is kind of my approach, like just in makeup in general. I mean, like when we're doing like a cool like editorial look and you're almost like creating like a character for this, editorial story. That's super fun. But anytime it's a red carpet, like I really always try to get them to go with something that I want people to be like recreating these looks like I'm, referencing looks like from 10, 20 years ago. Like I want them to be as like timeless as possible.
On that note, is there a look of yours that you've done for someone that's like your favorite or like that maybe people reference a lot?
I mean, my favorite look, I don't know if they reference it, but I loved like Kendall's look at the Met Gala when she went with like Givenchy. It was like the silver,
Okay.
like it was like a very like Audrey Hepburn, like My Fair Lady-ish spin on it. But just that silver stone dress was probably my favorite look. Like the glam was very minimal. The hair was like pulled back. The glam was just really beautiful because it was all about that dress and it was all about, but the whole look together, it was just, it was perfect.
Like you said, you want people to look at the whole look.
The whole look.
The whole look, yeah.
Because I think when it's like too much hair and too much makeup, or if it is like a very simple dress, is when the hair and makeup can have a little bit more fun. But when it's like so much hair, so much makeup, so much dress, it's like I don't know where to look sometimes, and that's just me.
Yeah,
like, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just what I prefer.
Yeah,
amazing, Mary. Thank you so much for joining us on Los Angeles.
Thank you guys for having me.
m.ph is going to be at Sephora.
It is.
Woo!
That's huge.
It is
And
August 15th.
Today.
Oh my God, today.
Yeah. Today.
It's August.
Today you can get
it. We are filming this in advance, but by the time you guys hear this, it will be available at Sephora to order.
At Sephora on August 15th to order, and then in all stores August 25th.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
All stores is crazy.
Like walking into
all
a Sephora.
stores U.S. Yes.
I mean, but that's
Depending on where you
crazy.
get.
That's crazy. All stores in the U.S. is bonkers.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy, you guys. This is like, I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like I'm gonna like combust a little bit. Like it's so surreal to me. Like this has been like something I have dreamed of for, I've been doing this for 20 years. Like it's funny. Like half of me is like, yeah, it's about time, and then the other half of me is like, is this real? So it's like sometimes I'm like this, sometimes I'm like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I just feel so overly joyed. Like the team that, we have put together is so awesome. Everybody is so incredible. It has been so fun and such a big learning experience, but I can't wait for everybody, to use it and to hopefully love it.
I know. I can't wait to see all the tutorials of people using the palette and like seeing how they do it.
I'm so excited to see what people do with it because I know I'm going to be like, wait, I never thought about that.
Right.
Or to show me something new because I realize I learned so much from TikTok. Like I've learned so much about doing makeup. Like I remember I saw somebody do this crazy eyeliner technique. I was like, you mean to tell me like I've been doing this for 20 years? And they just made it so much more simple for me.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
I can't wait to see what people
We're
do.
so thrilled for you. You do
Yeah.
have an amazing team, but we know that you are just the visionary behind it, and we're thrilled for you. Amazing. The lip siggy. Lip siggy. Go get
Can't
it.
leave home
It's
without
available
it.
now. Woo!
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks, you
Mary.
guys. This has been so fun.